Hey guys, we are on topic 16. This is student activity sheet 3, finding sum and differences. So we're actually going to skip right on down to question 3 here. I want to know, what are like terms? They are terms that have the same variables raised to the same power. Some examples of like terms. This could be like 5x and negative 2x. They have these same variables. I don't care if the number is the different or the same. What I care about are the variables that are with it. This is going to be like 2y squared and 7y squared because they both have a y squared. What is not a, well, and then I'll do one more example of this. One more example could be like 2x squared y and 3x squared y. What are not like terms? This would be like a 3 and a 2x. No. No, 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 no. Okay? This one doesn't have an x, and this one has an x. They're not like terms. Like terms have to have the same second half to them. Okay? Let's go on. This says to use algebra tiles. We are not, guys. I'm just going to flat out show you how to do this. Okay. Big thing when we combine like terms, just like we learned early in the year, that like 2x cannot add to a plain number. They are not the same. Okay. We cannot put them together. Same thing here. We can only put together what looks alike. So when I look at this first set, what helps me is I always like to look at the variables. So this one's got a squared term, so I'm going to put 2. This one has a single x. This one has none. Over here, this one has none, and this one has a single. So this helps me to identify, hey, put this with my other 2-liners. There are none, so I'm going to drop this down, 2x squared. Okay. Then I'm going to look at my single. I got a 3x plus a negative 6x. And if it helps you, you could say 3x plus negative 6x. And then lastly, I have my ones that do not have lines under them, negative 1 plus 4. Negative 1 plus 4. So now I can go ahead and bring this down. And I've got 2x squared. 3 plus negative 6x is negative 3x. And then lastly, negative 1 plus 4 is a positive 3. Okay. Another way we could do this is to line them up. So that's one way that you guys can do it. That's, again, several ways that we can look at this. As long as you are not, you're only putting together like terms. Some teachers, they like it if you line things up. So this is an addition problem. We're going to say 3x squared minus 4x plus 2. And my second one, now you have to make sure that you line it up with its like terms. So I'm going to say x squared plus 3x minus 4. And we can go ahead and add these two lines together. 3 plus 1 is 4x squared. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1x. And 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2. Okay, so again, I'll do this the same way that I did this top one up here. I've got a 2-term, a 1-term, a none-term. A 2-term, a 1-term, a none-term. So 7x squared plus 3x squared gives me x squared. Negative 14 plus 3 gives me negative 11x. And 25 plus negative 4 gives me a positive 21. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and line these up for you to see. 3x squared minus 1x plus 2. Be careful here. You have to line them up with what it looks like. This is a plus 16, so that's going to go over here with the other constant. And this is a negative 1x squared. There is nothing. Okay? Leave this blank. Don't put a slash through it like me. Leave it blank. And again, we're going to add this. I've got 3x squared minus 1x squared to give me a 2x squared. Drop down that negative 1x. And 2 plus 16 is 18. Okay. And then we're going to skip through these problems here. We're jumping on to, careful now, this is difference. So with this, guys, one of the things I tell my students right off the bat to do is we're going to take that negative and distribute it to those things behind. So I end up with 3x squared plus 7x plus 9 minus 7x and then plus 8. So now we're going to go ahead and combine what gets put together here. We can do my 2 term, a 1 term, none, 1, none. So I end up with 3x squared, 7x, and negative 7x. That makes a 0x. We'll talk about that in a second. And 9 plus 18, 8 is 17. If we have $0, we don't say, well, I have $0. We're going to go ahead and say 3x squared plus 17. You don't put that middle term. Okay? Taking a look at this next one down here. Again, just like before, we need to take this negative, distribute. So that's a negative 1x squared plus 4x plus 7. And I'm going to drop everything else down here. So when I look at my terms, I've got a 2, a 1, a none, a 2, a 1, a none. Let's go ahead and put my 2 terms together. 3 minus 1 gives me 2x squared. My singles, 2 plus 4 gives me a 6x, and negative 1 plus 7 is a positive 6. Going to questions 13. When we go through this, again, this one's got a negative we need to distribute. We've got 7x plus 3 minus 4x minus 8. And when I combine that together, I get 3x minus 5. Over here, take this negative, distribute. I get 7x plus 3 minus 4x plus 8. You see what the difference in that back did there? That gives me 3x plus 13. Okay. We're going to go ahead and skip number 14 and come down here to number 15. It's the same exact idea. But with this, again, we're going to have to distribute to all terms. We get x to the third plus 11x squared plus 32x plus 28 minus x to the third plus x squared minus 12x plus 11. And then you can combine terms 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, none, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, none. So when I do this, x to the third minus x to the third, they cancel. 11 plus 1 gives me 12x squared. 32 minus 12 gives me a positive 20x. And 28 plus 11 gives me a positive 39. And your teacher will go ahead and go through the rest of those with you.